Alrighty, guys, I'm Morthadon, bringing you guys Fairy Tales Final Season, episode 283. Yep, you're already on 283. God, the time has just been flying for me. It's insane. Like, I was thinking about it the other day, and I already have, like, almost. Well, I guess I did do multiple videos for some of my shows, but I'm already in the 30s for my Boruto, which is the first show I started on the channel, which means I've already been doing this for like almost 30 weeks, I think, because I did do some weeks that I did 2 episodes. But regardless of that, it's been, over half a year already, and that's crazy to me. But yeah, so let's talk more about fairy tale stuff. In the last episode, we had a lot of action. Yeah, we had I'm trying to remember what happened. uh, no, I know what happened. I'm just trying to like figure out how to word it. So we had Natsu, Gray, and Urza kind of come together in a way. They were talking on their magic crystal cell phone thing. Um, and then they went in front of the town and waited, and like the hordes of those people came in. They beat them up. They seemed to stomp on the bigger bad guys, like that the blonde, somewhat serious guy that I thought was gonna be like more of a big deal. Urza just like he broke a few of her swords, but like she didn't even have to re-equip. Like most fights when she's serious, she's re-equipping a lot. And no, she just like was like, my blade can cut without me moving, and just sliced him up, and he was done. But yeah, so which was badass. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, so they got wiped out pretty easily. But apparently, it all went according to the Exhale guy's plan. I call him that. I think they call him like the High Priest or something like that. I don't know if we have like a real name for him. And I had my theory where I think because he's wearing a mask, we might know him, but I have no idea. He might just be a new character. But on top of that, I had the theory that maybe he wants to use his own people as the sacrifices. He's going to use the town. But now that, Fairy Tale stood in his way, he's planning on using his people now, which might make him look more evil. I mean, they're all black magic people, but for some reason, like, and they want to kill a whole town. But I guess to me, they're not like pure evil yet. I think it's because they're so silly. I wonder how they're gonna take it when they realize that he's killing their own for it. Because if they were really evil and they really just wanted to resurrect Zaref, then I don't think they would have minded that kind of thing. But regardless of all of that, enough is enough talking. I say let's just get into episode 283 and see what is going to happen next and see what his plan is. Alright, so like usual, guys, you're going to go down into the description, and you're going to click the Vimeo link that's down there. You'll see it. It should be right there at the top of the description, and then that'll redirect you to Vimeo where you can watch the reaction. Makes it a lot easier for me to make sure the videos stay up and I don't have to have them be taken down, edit them, bring them back up constantly. Just makes less work for me, lets me make more content for you guys with the time that I have to make content. And yeah, so it's all just really nice doing it that way. So go ahead, go down there, click that Vimeo link right now, guys. Alrighty, guys. So that's the end of 283. That was a good episode. I enjoyed it. It was. I'm kind of glad it followed the same pattern of being silly. I hope. I don't know. I'm curious about the battle god, because here's my thing with that. Is that supposed to be something that was before Zareth and like more powerful? Like I feel like it isn't. Is that just like a so if it isn't, is that actually a demon from the Book of Zareth? And it just was like a lesser demon? Or was Natsu just that strong? because the thing is like, that thing's attacks seem pretty strong. Like, it cleaved through a mountain for, like, a super long distance. Like, that looked like miles of distance it cleaved through. So, it seemed pretty strong. Is this just all build up to show how strong Natsu truly is now? But I still want to know, like, how big of a deal that battle god was. Like, I'm curious, like I said before, I'm curious if it's a god from before Zeref, and it's just existed, and this guy just summoned it, and Natsu just insta-killed it? Or is it just something less that's not, like, as big of a deal as Zeref? Like, because I feel like if battle gods existed before Zeref, like, I feel like they would be more known than Zeref would be, but maybe not. I'm not sure. But I want the lore behind all that. That's what really interests me. But that being said, I'm glad it followed, like, the silly route that the whole show took. Or, not the whole show, but the whole, like, the final season up until this point has followed these Avatar people as, like, kind of silly characters that get beaten really easy by Natsu. And if they... Not just Natsu, but everybody has stomped them pretty hard. And I don't know if I would have liked it if there was, like, a sudden turn of events where there was something, like, big and evil that was, like, a fight that took multiple episodes and everything. Which, I'm sure that's bound to come. I'm sure they're not just going to do, like, silly fights like this for the remainder of the final season. But it didn't feel like it was time yet. But regardless of that, it seems like this arc has come to an end a bit. I think the next episodes before the arc is going to come like back is going to be more filler, not filler, but more of them. Sorry, I didn't mean to say filler. I know some people get mad when, like, something's called a filler and it's not. I meant to just say, like, slower episodes where they're probably going to try to get Gajil and Levi to join back with Fairy Tail and leave the council. Even though they seem pretty happy with where they're at, but, you know, I think they all secretly just want Fairy Tail back in action, so I'm not sure how much it's going to entail to bring them back together. And then I'm sure we'll get another episode or two after that of maybe them trying to get some other people back together. I'm not sure who they would go to next. We have a lot of the bigger characters back together. I'm trying to think, maybe like maybe Laxus and maybe his Thunder Legion, I believe they were called. Maybe like Kana and who else? I feel like I'm missing some bigger ones, but yeah, I don't know. I just wonder if we're gonna get, like, how many more episodes we're gonna get of that kind of stuff. Don't answer in the comments. I'll find out as I watch. But on another note, I also wonder if we're supposed to assume that what we saw in this episode was the prophecy not coming true. Of Frosh dying on that day, or in this, like, you know, in this instance. So we saw like the flashbacks of the evil what's his name? Shota. Frosh's buddy, the Dragon Slayer. Crap. Oh, I can't remember what either of the twins, Sting and Rogue. There we go. So I wonder if, like, we saw Evil Rogue fading and saying all that stuff, and then we saw all the scenes with Evil Rogue getting taken down and the future Lucy dying and all that. But then we saw that change into future Rogue and future Lucy, like, smiling and seemingly, like, with each other, or maybe it was just showing both characters as, like, a backdrop image. But they both seem happy. I don't know if that is just insinuating that we're not going to get any more on this plot line, and that summed up that whole thing where Grey did not end up turning evil and killing Frosh, or however that really happened in the other timeline. But in this timeline, it didn't happen, and everything is good. Or if it could still come back. I'm going to assume that it's not going to come back as a thing later on, but who knows. I could also be wrong about that, so yeah. It was a fun episode. Just basically this cult is just more followers of Seraph that are just crazy and do whatever to try to summon him. That exhale guy even like burned off his whole face as like a tribute to Seraph or something like that. I forget exactly what he said it was for, but yeah, that's some crazy stuff. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this episode because a lot of it was action, and not a lot of it was like super story heavy. That gives me like a lot to talk about, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. I really like a lot of the action episodes and the whole the motivational like speeches you get from Natsu, and even the rest of Fairy Tail when Natsu's about to do something really badass is really fantastic. I love every moment of that kind of thing. I've rewatched this show just to get to the parts where he's done that, because for me, it's not as powerful if I rewatched only those parts. They're not as powerful at all. Like, I need to be, like, in the moment. So I actually even started rewatching this again a bit. I started watching a reaction of someone doing a Fairy Tail from the beginning of the show. And seeing all that stuff again, it's so motivational with how close they are together as a guild, and you know how they have like the strength to overcome anything because they're together and all that. Just I wouldn't say it's like super valuable life lessons. It just feels good to hear. There's just something that feels good about it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. I will be back again next week for another episode. I've got a busy week ahead of me, but I should still be able to get the episodes out as planned. Yeah. I got my final, and we have Holiday coming up, which is gonna... I just have a lot of work to do, but I think I'll still be able to get it done. But yeah. If you guys have been enjoying my content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. We are 3 subscribers away from 100 at the time that I am making this video, so it's pretty exciting to have my first 100 subscribers. It's very small compared to a lot of pretty much everybody else that makes YouTube videos, but it is a start. So yeah, guys, I will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye bye. Sayonara. Bye.